Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction, incredibly generous words. President Simon, President-designate Brose, Dean Anagnason, Associate Dean Schiffman, Director of Academic Affairs, Dr. Sean Wang, and Vocal Chair Adrian Pazanka. Members of the Glenn Gould class of 2024. It's so meaningful to be with you all today. Many of you are here also with your loved ones. You have worked hard, you have practiced countless hours, you have read, studied, and listened to assigned recordings. You have wrestled with your instruments, and now you have reached a signal moment in your journey as musicians and as artists. You have made it to this beautiful graduation day. Let me join my voice to the chorus of voices you're already hearing from today in wishing you my deepest congratulations. To be with you all on such a special day is truly a deep honor and really a gift. As a writer on music, I have spent my professional life engaged in the Sisyphean task of finding language to describe an art whose power largely resides in its ability to speak without words. The poet Rilke was onto something when he called music the language where languages end. Today, I have just a few words as you set out on the musical journey stretched out before you. It's been said that myths are public dreams and that dreams are private myths. Somewhere between these two domains lies the world of opera, public spectacle that can haunt our own private imaginings. As I thought in recent weeks of the mythology of the quest, the journey, my attention naturally turned to Mozart's Magic Flute. In this beloved opera, some of you will recall, there are a set of gifts given to the protagonists, the sweet and humble birdcatcher Papageno and the noble prince Tamino, before they set off on their great quest to rescue the princess. Papageno is given 3 silver bells with special powers, and Prince Tamino is given the eponymous magic flute. The instruments have the power to turn violent enemies into dancing marionettes, to banish thoughts of harm, and even to conjure missing loved ones. I have no magical instruments to hand out today as gifts, but I have tried to frame my reflections, if not as gifts for your journey, then at least words about gifts, the ones you already have with you, or else you would not be in this room today. So before you embark on your own grand quests, I'll take the next few minutes to lift up 5 gifts that you have already in your possession, just in case you needed a little reminder. The first I'd like to mention is the gift of wonder. I so vividly recall my own first encounters as a teenager with the masterworks of music's long 19th century. At that age, these works came across to me not as weighty monuments of tradition, but as primal eruptions in sound. There was the Brahms Violin Concerto with its sky-washed melodies and dazzling pyrotechnics that seemed to thrillingly burst the bounds of what the human body and a box of wood with steel strings should by any right be able to accomplish together. Then there was the Beethoven string quartets and piano sonatas with their unearthly slow movements, capable of carrying along listeners like alpine climbers to rapturous spiritual heights. To discover these works, as you know, to play this music in an orchestra or a string quartet felt like an extraordinary gift, the mapping of a kind of private topography of wonder. For some of you, your formal schooling may be over on this day. Others will eventually find yourself back in the classroom. Please remember, while school eventually does end, for a real artist, the education never stops, and neither should our capacity to experience wonder. Music is enough for a lifetime, said Rachmaninoff, but a lifetime is not enough for music. Keep learning in or out of school. Keep making new connections. Even works you think you know can and do shift their range of meanings over time. Just like great cathedrals whose appearance shifts according to the light at any given hour of the day, it's been said that great works of art take on new meanings according to the seasons of our life in which we encounter them. Make this learning, in other words, a habit of mind and of heart. Stay connected to your own childlike capacities to experience awe. When you perform a well-known work, remember, as a friend of mine puts it eloquently, that at every performance, even of Beethoven's Eroica or Brahms' Second Symphony, there is someone for whom this is a world premiere. Cumulatively, these habits of mind do work their magic. The purpose of art, as Glenn Gould himself said, is nothing more or less than the gradual, lifelong construction of a state of wonder and serenity. The second gift I'd like to elevate for a moment is the gift of talent, which you also have. I imagine that in the case of each and every one of you, there was a moment in your artistic journey in which someone in your life as a child, maybe it was a parent, a teacher, a mentor, realized that yours would not be the typical path of dutiful piano lessons trailing off into silence, of Suzuki scratchings followed by a great diminuendo. Perhaps you had a special facility. Perhaps you had a special love. Perhaps you could do something with your violin, your trumpet, your piano, your voice that was different. Something you did quickened a listener's pulse, made a parent draw in their breath, made a teacher's eyes grow wide. Your music spoke beyond your years. In one way or another, you had a gift. Over the years, your gift has been recognized, it's been nourished, it's been developed and cultivated, first and foremost through your own hard work. Going forward, trust your gift. Continue to refine it and polish it. And remember that even after all your hard work, there will remain something about your gift that is true to the literal sense of the word gift. A gift does not come from us. It is given to us. It is something that you were born with that is larger than yourselves. As you grow and engage with the world, it's going to be part of your core, a way of feeling grounded wherever you are. I remember speaking with a violist in the darkest early days of the pandemic when all of formal concert life had shut down. I asked her if she despaired, and she said, "No, I can always pick up my viola and play." When you do pick up your instruments and play, when you perform, remember what the great violinist Isaac Stern used to exhort to the young fiddle players who would travel from around the world to play for him. Show us, he would say, not how you play the music, but why. Some of your journeys will be linear, others perhaps less so. Mine certainly was not. Which is why it's so important to remember to be patient with your gift, patient with the many questions that lie unanswered before you. To quote Rilke once more, being an artist means not reckoning and counting, but ripening, like the tree which does not force its sap and stands confident in the storms of spring without the fear that after them may come no summer. It does come, but it comes only to the patient. The third gift I'd like to mention is the gift of community. Each of you is here not only because of your individual gift, but also because of the many people who gave to you, sacrificed for you, lifted you up, drove long distances in bitter cold to get you to your lessons, made sure you had the instruments you need. Your parents, your families, your teachers have devoted their time, their energy, their resources. That is why everyone here today is so immensely proud of you, with you, and for you today. We are all basking in your achievements. You are now accomplished musicians, and from what I hear, some of you in the school's orchestra just journeyed down to New York City and blew the rafters off of Carnegie Hall. This support structure, keep in mind, doesn't disappear when you walk off the stage with your diploma. It just continues to grow as you cultivate it. Stay engaged with your communities, build new ones. There are many people in this room, remember, who really want you to succeed. The fourth gift I'd like to mention today is the gift of art itself. Art in a society built on commerce in some basic way can only be given as a gift. Sure, one might need to purchase a ticket to a concert, but no real lover of music has ever felt that the price of a ticket was commensurate with the art itself. They exist on two different planes, as the author Lewis Hyde has explored beautifully in his own book entitled The Gift. How do you assign a dollar value to the encounter with a work of art, an encounter that you can provide? In Hyde's words, these encounters offer, quote, a moment of grace, a communion, a period during which we too know the hidden coherence of our being and feel the fullness of our lives. Any such art is itself a gift, Hyde writes, a cordial to the soul. Remember, too, that the gift of art is also the gift of consolation, the gift of remembering you are not alone. Bach experienced great anguish and suffering in his own lifetime, and his knowledge of human pain is part of the extraordinary sense of compassion we intuit in his music. I will never forget the story of Yo-Yo Ma's father, who lived in Paris during the years of the Second World War. The government at a certain point imposed mandatory blackouts at night to protect the city from enemy bombardment. So Ma's father, a violinist, practiced all day to memorize movements of Bach's solo sonatas and partitas. At night alone, he would play what he had learned, music of spare and noble beauty, floating it out into the darkness. The fifth and final gift I'd like to lift up is the gift of time. It's been said that none of us have the time to live the true dramas of the life we are destined for, but this is an older person's thought. You have the gift of time. Your lives are stretched out before you today like a beautiful expanse. You have the opportunity to make something of value and of meaning with them. In my work, not only as a writer on music, but also as a historian, I've come to appreciate the myriad ways in which the gift of time, in connection with the gift of art, opens up onto the power of memory. It is not just we who remember music, but music also remembers us. It captures wordless truths about earlier eras and is capable of carrying them forward. That means that as interpretive musicians, interpreters of this cherished tradition, you are also much more than purveyors of aesthetic experience or entertainment or even spiritual uplift. You are also custodians of, keepers of, stewards of our culture's memory. That includes the memory of older Enlightenment dreams, such as the utopian vision distilled in Schiller's Ode to Joy, set in the final movement of Beethoven's Ninth, the dream of a more fair and just society in which all humans will become like siblings. As you go forward today, remember that even in today's reality, riven once again by war and violence, music holds open a space for that vision of a better world, an alternate future, a vision certainly no less vital for having not yet come to pass. Glenn Gould School Class of 2024. These are 5 of the multiple gifts you already possess: wonder, talent, community, art, and time. We know you will use them well. Congratulations, good luck. We will all be listening. Thank you.